Harry, this is Lord Potato, and if you're wondering why I'm not too thrilled to do, a video today, it's probably because I'm really fucking tired. And I just want to do this 2.6K special. Now, I know I don't seem too thrilled. Oh, well, because my back fucking hurted. It was hurting the whole day, but I was working. But other than that, it's probably because I didn't, take a dump yesterday. And I went to sleep instead, and yeah, I don't know what happened. My just back really hurts. Mostly I think it's my kidneys, but whatever. Of course, I'm feeling a bit better after a while. But after putting icy hot and all that, freezing my enemies in place and burning them to ash, just like Shaq does. No, I'm just kidding. But really, so yeah, if you're wondering what this what if is and why I don't have a thumbnail for it, it's because I had worked the whole day from 7 in the morning all the way to almost 7 in the afternoon. So yeah. So there's no way for me to do like a thumbnail and all that, but yeah, maybe there was. I was too damn tired, so I was just laying there and all that. And also using the bathroom, probably because I had diarrhea and all that. But other than that, so yeah. Did I say Harry, this is Lord Potato in the beginning? I probably didn't, but yeah, this is Potato. Shit. So yeah. So you're probably wondering what this what if is. This is called what if not. Let me say it again. What if Luffy joined the Marines or became a Marine instead of a pirate? So yeah, I'm just gonna say it. But yeah, Marine. Now I have seen a couple. Well, I haven't seen watch the videos of what if Luffy became a Marine. I just seen them. I never watched them, but yeah. It probably goes along that he decides to go against, go with Garp, but in this one, I'm not gonna go through that, but yeah. Because I did have a post a while ago, I think it's been 3 months or 2, where I said I had 2 special what ifs for Luffy. One was what if Luffy had a space and time devil fruit, and the other one was what if Luffy became a Marine, I think so. And I think most of you picked the space and time and not the Marine. I can't remember which one. But yeah. But this is going to be the 2.6K. I know I'm taking a little too long, but yeah. But let me begin into the what if now. Yeah. What if now? I'm going to fuck up all my words. I'm still kind of tired. But yeah. I'm waiting for, my, what's it called? Water. That I kind of put, not tea leaves. Mostly tea herb, just to make me go to sleep faster and easier. So that's what I'm waiting for until I become extremely tired and I fuck up all my words. That's when I'm gonna end the video. But yeah. So let me begin into this what if. So we go into Luffy. Luffy is, going towards, Luffy, let me say this again. Luffy is actually such a quiet child. Luffy is not an outbursting child. He's not like his twin sister named Lucy. Lucy is, his twin sister, and of course she's outburst, loud, and of course wants to be a pirate. For Luffy, he doesn't really want to be a pirate or a marine. Just like his grandfather, he doesn't really see the point, or being a pirate. Of course, Lucy's outburst and very loud, instead of like her twin brother Luffy. And of course, Lucy is actually... She talked to Shanks, she ate the devil fruit. Shanks was still a very good person and other things. But of course, Shanks never liked the feeling with Luffy. Luffy seems to be outcast. From him, from pirates like him, from his sister, from his grandfather, from everyone. Luffy seems to really not like that many people. He was always a quiet child and seems to really not like anyone. Of course, Lucy's always been so outburst and brash at the same time. Of course, Luffy was very quiet and always kind of shy. But of course, where after Garp hearing about the pirates, this is where he takes both Luffy and Lucy. He kind of drags Luffy by his hand and kind of puts Lucy on his back because she's a girl. And basically, Garp wanted to kind of give Lucy to become a civilian or marine, not a pirate. And of course, he was more strict to Luffy in not being a pirate. Of course, Luffy really never cared. and see no point in being a Marine because Garp wanted him to be also a Marine. This is where Luffy had the idea, but he never really thought about going into the Marine with Garp. He kind of hated Garp a little bit. This is where, well, not a little bit, a lot more. But yeah. Of course, this is where they meet the bandits, and of course, this is where Lucy kind of meets Ace, and Ace was kind of a little bit nice to Lucy. Not really. Just like in original canon, Luffy, she was almost attacked and other things like that, but yeah. Of course, Luffy was nowhere near her sister, well, his sister mostly, and of course, this is where Lucy was attacked, this, that. Basically, all of the original canon, becoming friends or becoming mostly siblings with, well, Ace and Sabo, and of course, Ace and Sabo did also kind of bully, well, Luffy. Every time Luffy kind of got like food or anything for himself, Lucy, Ace, and Sabo would kind of bully him into kind of giving up that food. Luffy was not very a strong child, and Luffy kind of gave up because how shy and antisocial he is. So yeah. Of course, we go into a time skip of, well, Sabo still kind of like dying and kind of like, well, fake dying a little bit, but yeah, he was dead towards Ace and, well, Lucy. Of course, this is where he's not really dead, and Luffy, he really didn't care. He seems to grin a little bit when Sabo died. Not because, well, that's one less problem for him to deal with. Of course, he thought it was going to be kind of easier dealing with Lucy and Ace. Of course, that was the opposite. He actually had it much worse. When Ace turned 17, he left to be a pirate. A bunch of people kind of scour him, but they all wave at him also. So where when Lucy was going to be a pirate also, she kind of waves at everyone and saying she's going to be a pirate. And yeah, of course, she didn't like wait for her brother to kind of choose if he wanted to be a civilian pirate or marine. And so where Luffy, he did this on his own. He did not wait for Garp, Lucy, or anyone to kind of know where he was going. He didn't care about the fact that he was in this village. He didn't want to live in this village, hearing about that his sister was a pirate. Why didn't he become a pirate? Why didn't he become a marine, try to stop her, blah, blah, blah. He already knew what was going to happen. So, of course, he fucking left. He gave up on that shit. Nah, he said, fuck all that shit. He was leaving, of course, he was on a boat. Mostly a little boat that he managed to craft. Well, Lucy and even Ace or Sabo kind of finding out and trying to destroy it. Because they like to just break everything that Luffy kind of invents. So, yeah. Luffy is actually a pretty smart kid, but, yeah. That's where Luffy, he is going. And, of course, he's just sailing. And, of course, where, well, Luffy is just going around. And, of course, where he goes to Laugh Town way earlier than original canon. And, of course, this is where Luffy kind of, like, is going towards, well, what's it called? He goes to Laugh Town, he sees all them other things, but one thing stands out to him is Marines. Now, of course, he kind of ignores them because he hasn't done anything bad or anything, so, yeah. So, of course, he just walks away. He kind of gets some supplies and other things, but, yeah. Now, this is where Luffy kind of goes towards this, like, small boat and decides to go explore the Grand Line. He heard that the Grand Line is a very dangerous place, but Luffy seems to not fear death that much. Reason why is because, well, he doesn't care about being killed or anything. He already had a shitty life, and a shitty death doesn't really matter to him, but yeah. He goes into the Grand Line with his little boat, and of course manages to survive with his extremely good luck. That's where, well, Luffy is doing that. Of course, where, well, he goes into some, like, islands where he just his luck, he managed to get to islands where, instead of, like, in original canon going into that one, like, what's it called, Pacific place of, like, the red line, I think that's where they went on the map. Luffy went into the purple one, and of course, Luffy was on some islands, got some food and other things, and yeah, mostly fruit and other things, but yeah. Of course, where, well, his boat was attacked with this, like, pirate crew. Of course, he saw Marines and other people attacking this pirate. Of course, he got onto this crew and got quite annoyed. Of course, his boat is destroyed, his other stuff, and supplies are gone. This is where Luffy was mad and decides to try to attack the pirates. Because, yeah, even though he's shy and antisocial, he doesn't show to have many skills. Of course, this is where, well, we're going to kind of like 5 minutes. Luffy managed to hang up, kind of like hang on for 5 minutes. Of course, this is where Luffy, he was kind of like seeing that he was about to die, and kind of realized he had his pouch. And of course, this is where he managed to, in different islands, he managed to find a fruit that kind of looked like weird and kind of reminded him of the Gama Gama no Mi. This is where, well, he didn't remember what it's called or anything. He didn't even know what its name it was. Of course, this is where he eats it, and this is where, well, his body changes. Well, mostly he ate a Logia type. A Logia type that was actually Pacific for him. This is where Luffy was angry and says, "All of you are going to die." His eyes becomes a kind of black, kind of like shiny style, like black shiny mostly. This is where, well, he kind of, his body kind of became into this material that's stronger than kind of diamond a little bit. A little bit. This is obsidian. Mostly you get it from lava and water and other things, or lava just, yeah, if you think about Minecraft, but yeah. This is where, well, he punches a ship, and this is where he actually affects the ship to becoming obsidian, but obsidian spikes coming all around and destroying the ship in an instant, killing all the pirates. This is where Luffy was actually about to fall into water, until someone actually grabs him. Someone with lava, kind of just grabbing him and pulling him onto his boat. This is, well, not Kaido. Wait, let me say that again. So where this person is named what's called Amuro Aikido. This is where, well, when Luffy wakes up, he seems to be tied up into like sea prison stone, what's called, well, handcuffs. And of course, this is where Aikido says, "So it seems like I managed to capture another pirate." This is where Luffy says, "Pirate? Am I a pirate? I don't know if I'm a pirate. Besides, I don't really see the point of being a pirate. Luffy says, pirate? Well, not, let me say that again. He says, pirate? Yeah, right, I'm a pirate. Fuck off, pirates. Pirates are nothing but just disgusting freaks." Luffy is right now speaking his mind out. He has so much, well, how should I say, pent up anger in his body from his sister Lucy, from his kind of not really brother Ace and Sabo. He hated all their dreams. This is where Luffy is kind of going into this anger burst out of how he fucking hates pirates. He despises them. He wants to just burn them all and kill them all. This is where Aikido is seeing a little bit of himself into Luffy. Luffy is having so much anger. His eyes are kind of being just purely black with hatred towards pirates. This is where Aikido says, "Take off those handcuffs, what's it called, Marines. Or mostly, what's it called, soldiers." This is where the soldiers, are you sure? This is where Aikido looks at them, and this is where all of them does kind of take off the handcuffs, and Luffy was confused. This is where Aikido says, "It seems that you have hatred towards pirates also. So, how about this, kid? Join the Marines. Join actually my Pacific, well, kind of headquarters, exactly. I'll be training you into being killing pirates. Do you accept this kind of offer?" That's where Luffy, he thinks about it, and he nods. The Devil Fruit actually changed his personality. From a kind of shy and anti-person to someone so aggressive, his Devil Fruit kind of changed him a little bit. Because yes, if I can remember right, Devil Fruits can change somewhat the user a little bit, but I don't know. Mostly either from the hunger of power or just something else, but yeah. Or just being arrogant like Ace, how Ace was fighting against Blackbeard, but yeah. But this is where we go into a couple of months later, and this is where Luffy is, well, with Aikido, and of course what Luffy is wearing this black, but of course this is where the underneath has like black suit. He has a black tie, but of course his under his shirt, instead of being red, it's black. This is where, well, Luffy is wearing black shoes, and of course this is where Luffy, he's following Aikido right now. This is where Aikido says, "So, how's your training going, Luffy?" Luffy says, I'm doing good, Akaido, Sama. This is where Akaido nodded. Good, good. How's your devil fruit training and your armament hawking? This is where Luffy says, I have finally mastered armament hawking into the advanced style. This is where Akaido says, good. What about your devil fruits? That has also become stronger. I am able to now kind of use the range of 1 mile about my devil fruit. It hasn't been awoken, but of course that's how far I can use it. This is where Akaido nodded. Good. What about your other Hawkins? Now, Akaido has seen Luffy be able to use Conqueror's Hawking and even Opposition Hawking. This is where Luffy is kind of like just training to be able to use Opposition and Conquerors. And of course, this is where, well, Luffy says, in Conquerors, I'm not doing that well. But in Opposition, I can be able to sense for a couple of miles, well, a couple of like 1.5 mile away. Akaido nodded. This is where Akaido says, okay, but your conqueror is not that good yet. Yes. Okay, you're dismissed, Lieutenant. Now, Luffy became a lieutenant after a couple of months. This is where Luffy, he is now just, well, working along with Akaido, defeating pirates, killing them, and even brutally kind of executing them. Luffy has, well, a sword next to him, a black steel, black steel blade. It's mostly a katana. It's a long katana, like, right next to his, like, side. But, of course, this devil fruit has actually become way stronger. It's been 8 months. This is where Luffy kind of heard about someone being captured. Someone that was infamous to kind of being a part of the Whitebeard's kind of crew. It's where Luffy goes to go see who this person is. Just to kind of laugh at them and kind of like get popcorn. Now Luffy does this to kind of any like pirate. Just to make them feel despair. Just because Luffy felt despair every time in his childhood. This is where, well, Luffy goes to see who it is. This is where Luffy hasn't seen Garp, anyone that he kind of remembers in 8 months. But yeah. This is where, when he goes down to the jailer's cell, this is where Luffy sees, well, a gray-haired man kind of like looking at a person, telling him, I knew it. You should have never became a pirate. You idiot, you got yourself caught. This is where Luffy saw who it was, Garp. This is where Luffy is confused. Who is Garp talking to? This is where Luffy is walking ahead anyway. He doesn't seem to be scared of Garp or anything. And so where when Luffy is walking closely, Garp kind of like decides to show no emotion towards whoever's coming towards him, because he thinks it's just a marine kind of go check on Ace so he didn't like escape or anything. And this is where Garp, when he had his like face stoic and showing no emotions, Ace had his eyes closed, and of course he didn't see who was like coming. This is where when Garp saw the person who came in front of him, Garp widened his eyes. Someone that he hasn't seen for 8 months exactly. So yeah, 8 months he hasn't seen this person. This is where Garp says, Luffy? This is where Luffy says, huh? Oh, hello there, Emerald Garp, Emerald Garp. This is where, well, Garp says, Luffy, where have you... This is where he looks at Luffy. He sees Luffy to be wearing like a black suit. And of course, Luffy does have the white kind of coat to being like somewhat an admiral a little bit, but not really an admiral. He's just a captain. Well, kind of, not a... Yeah, he's kind of like a lieutenant captain a little bit, but yeah. This is where, well, Luffy is kind of like walking towards him, and of course he ignores Garp, but this is where Luffy says, so, I see now why people tell me that there was a Whitebeard member capture. You're Ace, Fire Fist Ace. Luffy burst out laughing. This is where Garp like narrowed his eyes. Ace opened his eyes, seeing Luffy for the first 8 months. This is where Ace says, Luffy? Wait, what are you doing here? Oh, Luffy says, oh, my apologies, pirate, or scumbag, or fucking loser, or should I say dead man walking? I'm a Marine. I always became a Marine after 8 months. Thanks to someone saving me from pirates, from filthy, scummy pirates like you. Show me the way that you pirates should be nothing but just executed for your crimes and anything. Ace narrowed his eyes. This is where Garp also did. This is where Luffy says, but shoot, I really just want to execute you right now. I want to just kill you. This is where Luffy's arm is kind of becoming a black color. This is where Garp widened his eyes. He thought it was Armorman Hawking. This is where Luffy was about to, like, shove his hand. Well, not shove his hand. Wanting to just throw his hand, like, kind of propel it straight towards Ace's face. This is where before Luffy was about to use Obsidian style, because yes, that's his devil fruit. This is where Garp grabbed his arm. This is where Garp said, what are you doing, Lieutenant Luffy? Luffy says, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, Admiral Garp. You might have been talking to the scumbag here. Sorry about that. I get a little carried away. This is where, well, Garp was confused. It looked like Armorman Hawking, but something pokey and like sharp was coming from Luffy's hand if Garp didn't stop it. This is where Luffy was about to shoot something from his fingers straight towards Ace's head, but it stopped from Garp's kind of grab. This is where Luffy says, I must be going. I gotta get to my Admiral. So, goodbye. Luffy leaves, but yeah. Now, I'm getting kind of really tired. So, of course, I'm going to leave it off here. So, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato sleep, potato, and potato. Bye-bye, potato.